feel the need to live again. This broken state that I've been in. Though the pain is pleasing, I just want it to end. A beaten soul is all I've been. I am the scars of love and sin. Can someone make me better? 'Cause I can't take the pressure. Am I the dark stepping into the light? Am I the fire waiting to ignite? Don't say it's forever. Waiting, waiting, no more waiting to ignite. Should I, could I, if I choose to stay? Would anything change? 'Cause we don't have forever to put me back together. Am I the dark stepping into the light? Am I the fire waiting to ignite? Don't say it's forever. Waiting, waiting, no more waiting to ignite. Protected from the path that I've chose. Loved so long I can't let go. Am I the dark stepping into the light? Am I the fire waiting to ignite? Don't say it's forever. Waiting, waiting, no more waiting to ignite. Waiting, waiting, no more waiting. Don't say it's forever. Waiting, waiting, no more waiting to ignite.
Wrong screen. I did it again. You would think 3 shows this week I'd get this shit right for once, but it's all good. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Thanks for being here, man. A trifecta this week. 3 podcasts. It's been 3 awesome shows. It's 2 awesome shows, and tonight's going to be an awesome show as well, man. You know, I always start the show off by showing love to those companies who help make this podcast possible. Guys, Blue On is absolutely fucking amazing. If you do not have the Blue On app, download it. What the fuck are you waiting for? All right? It is a resource right there in your pocket that can help you whenever you need it. All right? Especially if you're a service guy. It's going to give you manuals for all those units. You know how it is. Not everybody is an amazing installer like our guest today. You know, installers throw the books away, or a service guy comes out and throws the fucking manual away. You get stuck out there and you can't find it. Blue On has it for you. All right? No matter what brand of equipment you're working on, they're going to have tech support for you as well. We've all been there when you're on the tech support line, you're waiting forever. You know, you feel like your fucking life is going to end because you're waiting forever for somebody to answer the phone. Or it's a brand that you're not a factory authorized dealer and they tell you to go fuck yourself. Blue On has got you no matter the brand, no matter the equipment. They will support you in whatever you do. Now, okay, all that is always and will always be 100% free. How Blue On makes money is on their app. If you're a Blue On Pro member, which you all should be because it's 100% free, guys, you can order parts through the Blue On app and still go to whatever supply house that you use. any supply house. They are all on there. It will send over to your supply house the exact part number. If there's a reference number, it'll send that to them. It gives the supply house all the information they need to get you the correct part every time. And they're even going to have a courier service that's going to be able to bring the part to you. Guys, this is a win-win for everybody. You're helping out your supply house guys. You're still supporting that local supply house or whichever one that you use. So it's not like you got to try to start using somebody else and take your business elsewhere. Nope. Keep using the same way. The same one. Blue On has figured it all out for you. They really have done the legwork. Everybody over there is amazing. We still have the episodes with them meeting their tech support guys. So guys, go download the Blue On app, become a Blue On Pro member. Just know Blue On and Blue On Pro is two different things, but they are both free. So there's no reason you should not be a Blue On Pro member. Alrighty. Company Cam. Guys, we carry these little computers in our pockets, all right? Use them to our advantage. Guys, we always talk about transparency and doing the right thing for the customer. Before and after photos. Not even just with installs. I'm talking about changing parts, a contactor, a compressor, a fan motor, cleaning a coil, whatever it is. Take that before and after photo. You can show that to the customer when you're done. It shows that transparency. Obviously, it's best to get them to come out and see it, but maybe they're handicapped. Maybe they're on a work phone call. Maybe there's a reason they can't come out and see it or come down and see it. Show them. It shows you have nothing to hide. You're an honest tech, and you're showing them before and afters of everything that you do. At the same time, Company Cam is going to geolocate that picture. It's going to give an exact timestamp, an exact location of when you took it. So it's going to cover your ass. If somebody says, "Oh, your guy never came here that day. I never saw him." Well, there's going to be a picture stating, exactly where you were at that location. There's so many benefits. It helps your company when it comes to Google. When people pop up in your local area and they see pictures of work, it's automatically going to populate. You have to want it to do that, but it can automatically do that for you. So Company Cam is amazing, and it does so much more stuff than I even know about. I'm not even going to lie. I'm still learning the software the more we use it. But guys, if you go to companycam.com/HVAC Uncensored, you get a free 14-day trial, free. No credit card, no nothing. Try it free for 14 days. If you like it, great. If God forbid you don't, no harm, no foul. If you do, you will get 50% off your first 2 months. All right? I'm only going to do 2 tonight. That's enough paying the bills. I paid the bills quite a bit this week doing 2 extra podcasts. So let's get this pledge and let's get rock and rolling with the fucking guests we have tonight. All right? Let's go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
Five, four, three, two, one. Go.
Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil KV Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. I am your host, Gil KV Jr. 3 shows this week. 3 fucking shows, the trifecta. When you have awesome guests, you got to fit them in, man, because their time is valuable as well. Guys, I had the opportunity to meet this guy in Vegas, and I've been following him on Instagram and watching what he does. And he is taking installs to a whole new level, man. It really is. His installs look fucking amazing, like it's a Picasso painting a picture. So without further ado, guys, let's introduce Mr. Jeff Jdem HVAC. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Thanks for coming on. I know you guys are Well, are you guys really really busy?
Dude, we're slammed, absolutely slammed. But I'm sure everybody is right now. But right now we're at the point where it's like 2 jobs a day, kind of spot. But hoping that dies down soon.
That's awesome. What kind of? Because we're not that far away, man. But I'm not gonna lie. Like the weather sucks here in Maryland. Like it feels like there's like that heat curve that like it's going right around us. Cause I mean, like we're staying steady. Like don't get me wrong. Like but it's not like that typical like balls to the wall summer. This has actually been the weirdest summer in the fucking 20 something years I've been doing this in Maryland. It's actually kind of crazy.
Dude, it's hot here, bro. Last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday was 101. Friday was 99, and Thursday was 99, and each one of those days was an attic job. So that wasn't the best, but no, you get used to it, man. You know, you take your breaks during the day and try to pound the rest out. You know.
Yeah, no, that's so you well, I guess before we backtrack, I guess real fast, if God forbid people aren't Instagrammers and stuff like that, I guess introduce who you are real fast and let them know who Jeff is.
So I'm Jeff. I'm known as Jeff Jdem HVAC on Instagram. Just a guy who takes a shit ton of pride in his work and loves doing what he does.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. You definitely do, man. I looking at your installs, I was just like, Jesus, does this take 2 days? Like, how does he do that? I'm like, man, like like you have like some that have like fucking LED lights and shit on them, don't you?
Yeah.
That's fucking that's badass. So, do people like since you work for a company and there's other so obviously there's other installers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are you like putting their shit to shame? Are they like, Jeff, what the fuck, dude? Like you're making me look bad.
Be honest with you, a lot of the guys that work there, they're really good, you know. And you know, I have me and then Flintstone who works there, and we're kind of like everybody's inspiration, you know. So they see what we do, and then they try to mimic it, and it only makes the company better. So I mean, yeah, there has been cases where a homeowner has seen my work and then said, "What is this?" You know, but it makes everybody work harder, and that's only going to make all of us better.
Yeah, you're setting the bar. That's awesome, man.
Hmm.
That's I agree. That's pretty sweet. So, you guys so when you have attic installs, do you start early or is it normally like I know our installers, if it's an attic, like they'll ask if they can like be at the house at like 6 o'clock, 6:30. Most customers get it; they don't care. Do you guys still start normal time or do you do that starting early stuff?
No, we just get to the job between 7:30, and just work till it's done. You know, we don't try to get there early or anything like that.
Yeah, I always leave it up to the install team. If a guy says, "Hey, I want to get there early," hey, whatever. If that's what you want to do. If they're like, "I don't fuck the heat, I don't care," then you know, whatever. It's all up to them. Because you guys in Jersey are probably close to here, so you have a lot of like attics or basement systems. Like you don't have to deal with a
Yeah.
shit ton of crawl spaces and stuff, right?
No, we're hardly ever in a crawl space.
Yeah.
The only crawl space systems we ever really get are old houses down the shore. But other than that, we're either in an attic, a basement, or a closet.
Do you guys have any being down the shore because of the salt? Do you guys have anything with installs that you have to do like extra, or is it just like a normal install? It's more like the equipment versus the installation.
It's the equipment. There has been cases where we've got the equipment sprayed before the install. That way it lasts a little longer. But normally we just tell the customer, you know, cover your units during the winter time and things like that.
Yeah, I never realized until I started doing more stuff. I never realized how that works, man. When that salt just eats away those fucking outdoor coils, that's pretty
Dude,
crazy to the point where there's like nothing there.
it beats the hell out of it, dude. It really does.
That's nuts. You guys are what like Ream Rude dealers? What you guys do?
Dude, we're everything. I was talking to my boss today. And I was like, "Oh, how's Mitsubishi feel about like us, you know, taking in Fujitsu and I think Daikin, and you know, we get we give customers options, you know. So, but as far as primary, it's between Ream and Train.
And that's what I tell people, man. Like it's all just a box. Really, they're
Hmm.
buying you. They're buying your company. You know, they're
Correct.
buying what you do. That's why I tell people, they're like, oh, well, like normally we do like we sell a lot of Goodman, we sell Lennox, some Carrier stuff. Um, but if somebody's like, "Hey, I want to train," okay. I mean, if that's what you
Exactly.
want, then
Yeah.
that's what that's what I'll
Yeah.
give you. I tell them, "Hey, I don't get as good of pricing on that as the others because I don't buy it every day. I'll be honest with you. I'll be like, I'll give you my price if you want to stick with with my company, but I probably won't be your lowest bid on it. I'm just going to be honest." And people are like, "You know what? I appreciate you saying that." And like they'll either say, "Oh, I'm going to go with this guy," or they'll still go with us. So that's pretty awesome. How long have you been at the company you work for now?
My whole career, so just over a little over 10 years. Yeah,
Nice.
I started there and kind of just became my home.
What made you get in the HVAC? Did you have like family that did it, just kind of randomly, or how'd you choose this path?
Yeah, so my dad was a HVAC tech, and then he actually was manager at the company that I'm at now, and I just needed a job. So he's like, "Oh, you want to be a parts runner?" I'm like, "Fuck it, yeah." So I did that for about a week, and then they put me in the field, and I've just been loving it ever since.
That's nice, man. That's me. My dad was HVAC guy. I started doing all commercial, and my dad ran the maintenance department for. He never got into like what we do, like residential, like dealing with
Hmm.
customers. He did ran maintenance department for a restaurant chain, and so I was doing all like commercial kitchen equipment, refrigeration, commercial air conditioning, which was good. It was awesome to learn. My dad taught me great, but I liked all that stuff. I feel like that work was a lot more challenging as far as like building like compressors and working on rack systems and stuff like that. But obviously, I have a big mouth. That's why I do a podcast. So I kind of just backed my way into residential, and I loved helping people. I liked being that guy. I said this last night on the show or the night before. They're all blurring together. I like being that guy that saves the day. When you go in and you help a customer and you can tell like they're the ones paying for it. It's not some manager in a store who's like,
Hmm.
"No, I'm not going to get my bonus." It's like, "Bitch, you called
Yeah,
me. I didn't just show up."
yeah.
I really like doing the residential part, that satisfaction of it. Do you ever see yourself like as installs like do you feel yourself eventually like going in another direction, or you love doing installs like that's what you want to stay doing?
So I used to just like work fast, hard, and just kind of just get the job done kind of thing. So I wanted all the money I can get. So I went into service on the on-call schedule. I did that for like 4 years, and I did not like it at all. It was just I the reason I hated it was driving. I can't stand taking my tools out, making a mess, cleaning it up, and just repeatedly doing that all day. So I like being at one place all day and then just sticking with that. So that's what drove me nuts about service. I wasn't bad at it. After a while I got pretty decent at it. But no, I'm gonna stick with installs for as long as I can.
That's nice. We have so the song that you heard in the beginning, that is actually our lead installer. That's his band. It's
Oh, no
called
shit,
Yeah, it's
nice.
called Rise Amongst Rivals. So he's like a real rock star. But he's like that. He can do service, but he loves installs. He's never gonna get out of it. One thing that we do at Beltway is we pay them. So if an install is bid for 8 hours, so if they get it done in 4 or 5, they still get paid for 8. Obviously, there can't be any
Nice.
callbacks. It has to be done
Hmm.
properly.
Yeah.
The checklist has to be gone over.
It's like an incentive program pretty much.
Yeah, it's how
Yeah.
the installers make their money. And there's some days if it's like 2 heat pumps, they'll double them up. So those
Hmm.
guys might do 2 heat pumps and they get paid for 16 hours. They might only work 10.
Yeah.
We don't double them up all the time, and normally they'll ask for it if we do. So if we have 2 install teams, sometimes 3. So if 2 of them double up, it just kind of helps us catch up when you get those spurts where like
Hmm.
it's a real hot weekend and all of a sudden 6 systems get sold or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild with that. Um, what made you what made you start doing like Instagram? Like what just one day you were like, let's start showing people my stuff?
Well, it was during COVID, everybody got laid off, and I was like, I got to do something that involves work. And then But that was back when I was garbage back then. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that until I found Instagram that you could do these stellar installs and stuff. So I found guys like freaking. Oh, I always follow reefer guys, so I knew there was some sort of community out there on Instagram. So I found Flynn. I found guys like Howard Mechanical, HVAC Strong, and I was like, these guys are make my. I thought I was fucking King Kong, dude. I thought I was the best, and then I'm seeing these guys, and I realized how much like I needed to really step it up. So, I started posting my work. It was decent, so I got a little bit of attention, but I didn't even do it for that. I just did it to do something because I was out of work. And then when work came back, man, a whole new mindset, dude. I didn't everything I did had to be freaking perfect. I studied these guys on Instagram. I saw everything they do, and I mimicked it with my little tweak, and yeah, man, that's really it. What else got me on here? That's pretty much it. It's not like I ever wanted, to be noticed or anything like that. I just wanted to do something. So that's kind of how it all started, pretty much because of COVID.
I think that's the best part, though, man, is people that I think when you're genuine and you don't try, people see that and that's why you grow. Like your work spoke for itself. You didn't need to do a bunch of talking. You just showed the end result and people were like, fuck. Because let's be honest, like maybe not so much on Instagram, but on Facebook, it's really big that, everybody, blah, 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 blah. Everybody does this, but nobody shows their work. And, when you put up your work, like, granted, I'm not in the field anymore, but if people put up your work like that and people see that and then you make a comment to somebody like, oh, hey, man, try this next time, they're going to be like, oh, shit, thanks, Jeff. You know what I mean? Because you've put up, they've seen your resume. They know what you do. So that's a little bit different. And I like that kind of stuff. Like you said, you saw other people and you were like, fuck, I need to step my game up. And it pushed you. I feel like that's what we need to do for each other. Like push each other to be better. Not this like my dick's bigger than yours mentality that some people have. It's like, like even like some guys don't want to teach young guys because they're afraid. Like, I don't want to teach somebody else because then they're going to take my job. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's stupid.
See, I can't stand that, man. I mean, I train guys a lot. Like right now, I have a brand new apprentice. I've had him for like a month and a half, and I'm giving this kid everything I can because I want this kid to be better than me. You know what I mean? If I can have him be better than me, then I know I did something right.
That's a legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get older and your back's thrown out and you can't do stuff and you see this young boy and now he's not young anymore, but now he's teaching somebody else. That's a legacy that you just left, an impact that you just left on the industry. And
Absolutely.
That's what I want to do, man. And I the whole point I ever started this podcast was to try to give back to an industry that's been so good to me. I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not the best service guy. I'm not the best installer. I'm not the best sales guy, whatever you want to say. But I feel like it creates enough discussion that people start making those steps to make themselves better. I mean, yeah, it's great the podcast makes money and all that kind of stuff, but the emails of people saying like, Gil, thanks, you said this, or one of your guests said this, and now I got my EPA certification, or I started my own company, or whatever it is. Like that kind of stuff's fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are the best, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely can't beat that. So when you said Instagram is how you met Flynn, so he didn't always work at your company?
No, he was at another company in the state, and I didn't even know that for like the first couple months. And then I connected with him, started talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm from Jersey." I was like, "No shit." So I was like, "I gotta get this guy." So I told my boss. I talked to Mike about it, and boss took him in for an interview, and he's been here ever since. And it's been like probably year and a half now. He's been here with us, maybe a little bit longer, almost 2 years.
Nice. So you guys do like plumbing too?
We just opened up a plumbing division. We have our plumbing license just so we could do like boilers and water heaters and stuff like that. But we just opened up like a true plumbing division.
Because doesn't Flynn do some plumbing stuff?
He does a lot of boilers and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. I was gonna say because I
Yeah.
always see his videos and stuff like that. He's doing a lot of like piping and stuff, so maybe that's why I
Yeah.
assume plumbing.
Yeah. He's
So,
a beast, man. He's a beast.
do you do a lot of boiler installations too, or
No,
none?
probably in my whole life, maybe 10. I wish I did more just so I can, expand my knowledge, but no, they don't want to take me away from what I do and try to, waste me on a boiler when they got an air guy like me and then they got a boiler guy like Mike. So why try to switch it up?
Yeah, no, that's true. That makes sense. You got somebody that's good at
Yeah.
something. Why try to switch it? Um, yeah. See, I was never. I do think that when you get into the trade, starting out as an installer, and then if you want to go to service, go to service. I never did that, so I was never an everyday installer. Like I said, I started commercial stuff, and then I went to residential service. So I did some installs, but I was like, I suck at ductwork. Like, I mean, like I can figure it out, like I can put stuff together. I can make a transition. I'm not gonna make it as fast as somebody like you, and I might fuck it up the first 6 times, but I'll
Yeah,
eventually
it's
get
not
it.
for everybody. It's
Yeah,
not for everybody.
sheet metal is like a trade within a trade. I mean, it really is, and it sucked because I always wanted to learn how to do it. Like I did do some boilers. I was good with boilers. Uh, I remember the first time I designed a boiler. Like it was a house being built, and my old company I worked for, the boss was like, "I'm gonna give you like this is your time to shine." He's like, I want you to do it," and I was so nervous, but I literally. I was reading books, like studying flow rate and all these different things to be able to design this thing. And when it got done, it was like a badge of honor, kind of like
Hell
your
yeah,
installs.
dude. Absolutely. Yep.
I was like, oh my God, like that looks awesome. It works. Like, I can't believe I actually designed this. Like, this is crazy.
Dude,
Uh,
that's one of the best feelings when you do something like that, especially when you do it for the first time. Even if it's not good and you just get it done and you're able to say you did that, you're only going up from there. So that's one of the greatest feelings ever, dude.
and that's what I tell people. Like, when you do things and you half ass something, it probably takes you more time to do it wrong than it would have taken you just to do it right.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never cut a corner or I've never done something and been like, fuck, I wish I would have done better. Or, I know I could have done that the right way. But I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that they do, it's good enough. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and that's not okay. Like, we shouldn't accept that as a trade or tradesman, that we should demand and hold each other accountable that that's not okay.
Yeah, that's something. It goes on a lot, and I don't think that's ever going to die out.
Yeah.
I think there's always going to be guys like that. But if just by being on social media, I can help change a few people's mentality, then I hope I'm able to do it. But as far as those guys, they're not leaving. They're not leaving.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just like the chucking of trucks or the guys that come in and hack things up. Like they're never gonna go away. You got to have all those different avenues. I was thinking about this. So, what is like the best compliment or the best thing after an install when you show a customer that's ever been said? When the LED lights are on there and stuff like that. Like, what's the most memorable thing a customer's ever said to you?
The let's see. One time, the first time I used the lights, I told this lady first of all, her unit was facing the wall and it had a 16-inch clearance, so I had to turn it around. So basically, I gave this lady a whole new basement. She walked down the stairs, she speechless first of all, and then I had the blue lights in the back, all this new metal work. She just looks at me, she puts her hand on my shoulder, little old lady. She goes, "Oh my God!" And dude, that was I'll never forget that. It was one of the best things. She was blown away. People's reactions are rare, honestly. I wish some people, they don't know a good one from a bad one, so it doesn't matter to them. Obviously, that doesn't stop me from doing, the best I can. When I do these installs, I do them for myself pretty much. But yeah, I wish I got more reactions out of people. But half the time they don't know what they're looking at.
Nah, that's true, and that stinks because I wish that they did because yours are definitely like I give it to you, and I mean I've commented this. It's not even because we're sitting here talking, man. Like your installs do look fucking flawless, man. Like they're
Thanks, bro.
yeah, those are some good stuff. I was joking with some of our installers, and I took a freeze frame of like one of your like videos, and I was like, how come your shit don't look like this? And they're like, damn, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm just
No, don't
busting
do
your
that.
balls, but yeah, one of our installers was like, damn, that looks good. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, so we can always like, just because we do good installs, like let's always try to make them a little bit better. Because let's be honest, like installation, like that's the most important day of that system's life. I don't care what brand it is. I don't care what SEER it is. If it's not installed right, it's never gonna work properly.
Correct. That's why I tell people, sometimes we're doing it like today. I did a change out, and the unit was only 8 years old. So the lady was like, "Well, how long is this one gonna last? Another 8 years?" And I was like, "No, hopefully, I did everything you should. I installed it pretty well. And it was a new construction house. Like the house is 8 years old. It's brand new, and it was probably done by a subcontractor who just wanted their money to get out of there. So I explained that to them. I was like, they probably cut some corners, and hopefully you'll get some more life out of this one. I told her, I was like, I taken out units that are 32 years old. I said, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get 32 years out of this, but I'm going to make sure that I'm going to give you everything it's got.
Yeah. Is your company, do you have like, do the techs sell systems, or do you have like, sales guys, like comfort advisors or whatever the fuck they call them now?
So we got both. We have service, can sell a unit, can sell a whole change out, and then we have sales that for the people who call in. A lot of times the service sell things that we don't push for a change out. We'll try to fix it before we obviously we don't want people's money. We're not that company at all. That's why people are so loyal to us, because it's easy to see. But yeah, if there's a broken unit, this service guy can sell it, opposed to trying to if it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
So we're able to sell it right then on the spot instead of having to get a sales guy out after them.
Yeah, no, I got you. Real fast, Hughes man, HVAC. I said, does Jeff flow nitro while he brazes?
There's been cases where I haven't. Like, for example, when I use the RLS, sometimes you got to braze the stub onto the coil. How you gonna put it in there? How do you get nitrogen in there?
True.
So, but luckily with the stubs, they're short. You can try to clean out whatever's in there and stuff like that.
So
But
that's
a lot of times, also, what you're able to do is if you're blowing through the high side and you take your pistons out, it's all coming out the low side with the gauges off. So, well,
True.
almost all of it. No, I'm not guaranteeing it's all coming out, but most of it.
No, that's very true. Before I ask that question, so what is the process when like somebody sells a system? Like, do you guys have like an install sheet, or like when you go to an install, is it just like you take metal, whatever you need, and you figure it the fuck out, or do they have like a list of like, oh, it's an A width, a B width, it's 17 and a half, and it needs a return box? Like, how does your company break all that down for your installers?
Normally, you just get sent the equipment. We keep metal stocked on the truck. If we go there and we see we need to replace a return box, we'll do it. We don't really charge for things like that. If it's kind of just an add-on, we just throw in there an add-in we throw in there. But we get sent like we keep the trucks pretty stocked. So they just send us the equipment, and we're usually able to get through the job. And if not, we have runners, so all we got to do is make a phone call, and then they'll bring us what we need.
Nice. Yeah, see, our installers, man, God love them. See, they're getting a little pansy. I got to tell them, see, every install is not perfect, man. Yeah, we have Ryan, who is actually the owner of the company that I work for. He made an install sheet it's fucking pretty sweet. Like, he could probably sell this thing if he wanted to. But every sale that's made, whether it's a sales guy or a technician, they have to fill out, all this different information. So what the width of the old one is, the height, the size wires that feed it, what's the max clearance we have, what size is the attic opening. It's all things when you're there. It's simple. You know what I mean? But they take a picture of it. They put that into our CRM that we use. And the installers love it because that way, like, they'll go look at the pictures like the night before and be like, okay, I got to make sure I get this because that's not going to fit and stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to make that, that fluidity, because I feel like sometimes if you don't, you get that, and it's not everywhere, but you get that, install versus service, or install hates the sales guys because, trust me, I've seen guys that have tried to sell a coil on a boiler. I was like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, we'll just put a coil on top. I'm like, you can't put a coil on a boiler, you fucking moron. Yeah, that's true story. That's true story.
Fuck,
So you
dude.
guys know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's a sales guy who doesn't know what they're doing. Sorry, I was
No, but we have something like that though. Yeah, and plus we have Service Titan, so we're able to go. Like I always check the night before. I want to see what I'm in for the next day, so I'll go check it out. And if I see I need anything or see something that I want to change on there, I'll shoot my warehouse manager a text the night before. That way they could throw it on the equipment truck in the morning before they bring it over.
That's pretty sweet, man. So the company you work for, it sounds like you work for a good company, like good culture, like the owner, like, takes
Yeah,
care
we're
of his
good.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, we're everybody. It's a family, dude. It really is. Everybody loves everybody there.
That's awesome, man. And that's, and it's funny. I think before social media got big, we all thought that like it's all like these slave driving owners, and not saying that those companies aren't still out there, because they are.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot more companies doing things the right way out there than you think. I think
Yeah,
some people
I agree.
Yeah, they get stuck at these shitty companies and they think that there's nowhere for them to go. And I always want to tell them, trust me, there is a good company in your area. You just have to find them. And if
Yeah.
they're not hiring, keep applying, because you'll
That's why,
eventually get
dude.
the opportunity.
That's why I always put posts out about we take guys, man. I see so many guys on Instagram that are so good and have so much potential and can do so much more, and they want to, but they can't because they're held back at where they are. So I say, come over, man. We take everybody. We'll give everybody a shot. You come here, you're gonna nothing. You're just gonna get better. That's all it is. You're not gonna get worse. You're gonna get much better.
Well, it's awesome that your boss lets you do what you do, because, I know there's probably some bosses that won't let people do that because they're trying to keep costs down. Like, oh, this is what you need. Get it in, make it look good enough, like we talked about earlier. Make sure it runs properly, and then get moving. So the fact that they give you the leeway to do these little extra things, and maybe it adds a couple extra bucks to pay for the unistrut or the lights, but he's more worried about the finished product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I actually sat down with him today and I was talking to him because we were setting up we're doing a balloon festival, so they wanted me to make a demo unit so they could, have air blowing and showcase our company's work. So after that, we were sitting down and talking, and I was like, I told him, I said, listen, man, everybody in this company appreciates you, man, because of the play you give us on the jobs, we're able to do whatever we want, and everybody loves that. And we're able to grow because of your the leeway you give us, and it's great. So he knows he's appreciated, and it's pretty, dude. I love where I work, man. I really do. I would never leave here.
See, and that's awesome, man. That's what I love hearing. And that was when I worked my way up and got into management. That's what I wanted to create. And so I left a gig, being running the operations for a $10+ million company. And I left to go to a smaller company that I am now just for that reason. I liked where I worked before, but I didn't love it. Like, I love going to work every day now. I love the people that I work with, the team that works for me and with me. And it's just, like you said, it's a family. I wanted to create it where I would never ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. I want them to know that I always have their back. And I told my wife, I said, I will always answer the phone when my team calls. Like, babe, you have to know that. I don't care if it's fucking 10:30 at night. If they're out on a call and they need me, I'm going to answer, because I remember being in the field calling my service manager or whoever it was, and you get a voicemail and you're stuck and you feel alone out there. Like, what do I do? No matter what decisions you make is wrong. So that's awesome, dude. It's good to hear people doing that kind of stuff. I mean, I know we're wrapping up here a little bit, man, but I like to ask technicians these kind of questions. So if you weren't doing HVAC, what else would Jeff be doing?
Woodworking.
Woodworking?
Yeah. I used to, back when I first started, we got all these, at one point I thought I was like all hippy dippy and shit. So we had pallets. So I was making shit out of pallets. I even made like a dining room table for my own house, and it was fucking sick. I enjoyed doing it. I loved it. I would still do it in my spare time if I had something called spare time, but I don't. But yeah, man, definitely probably woodworking, or I would try taking up welding. The welding seems pretty. I suck at it right now. I've tried it a few times, but some of the stuff, it's an art, dude, and it's something I hope to learn it one day. I really do.
It's funny. He's no longer alive, but one of my dad's old friends is he would teach it in the schools, welding, and they actually kicked him out of being a teacher because he would make these kids like be under the table, and like he had like a rigging system where he'd have them hanging upside down, and the people in the school were like, "You can't do that." And he's like, "Well, when these people get in the field, they're not going to be sitting at a desk. They're going to be hanging from a ship. They're going to be in different places. So I'm trying to teach them real world skills." But
I wish all trade schools were like that, dude.
yeah,
I really do. You know how many guys I've seen go to trade school and then come into the field and know absolutely nothing?
yeah.
Because they're just sitting at a desk, and it's all, they need to be way more hands-on, just like that.
Yeah, like some of these schools have like, like an attic simulator. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Like, because some of these guys learn a little bit, and the first time they go out and they climb in that attic, they're like, well, fuck this. I didn't know this was part of the job. You know what I mean?
I've seen it too many times.
Yeah. Or like, I remember having a guy work for me one time, and he was an older guy too. And I've said this story before, and he was like, man, I don't know if I can do this 40 hours a week stuff. I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
first of all, that's a problem. If we're in HVAC, if you think you're only getting 40 hours, then you already picked the wrong trade.
Yeah, that was crazy when he said that. He was the same guy who had his torch on a 3/8 coupling. Who uses 3/8 couplings? But anyway, he had it on a 3/8 coupling, and it was fucking like glowing red. And I was like, you gonna hit that? He was like, I need to get
trying to burn a hole through it.
I was like, dude, I think you fused the fucking copper together. I think you're good, bro. Yeah, that's nuts. I guess one of the other things is, so the younger generation out there, say there's some 17-year-old kid sitting at home on YouTube watching this video, and he's thinking about getting into HVAC. What would be your message to them?
Do it. And if you do it and you don't like it, then don't fucking do it. Go do something else, man. Those guys that come into the trade and just do it because it's a job, you shouldn't be here. You need to do it because you love it, and that's what's going to make this trade better. Guys like that.
Yeah.
And if you do it and you don't like it, the least you could do is take some pride in what you do and make sure it's done correctly.
Yeah, and these trades, man, you're always going to have a job. Robots can't take our job. You can literally take it to any state, any country. I mean, you can do this anywhere. Granted, different little things are going to change, climate,
little tweaks here and there,
stuff like that. But you can do it anywhere, and that's why I love to be an advocate for this kind of stuff, man. Because I think we're lying to our youth when they think that college is the only way. Do I think kids should go to college? Yes, if it's right for you. If you learn in the classroom setting and you're going to go for a hard skill, lawyer, doctor, whatever it is, by all means do it. But don't just go to college and create yourself a bunch of debt just to say you went to college and you got like a fucking pool management degree or something stupid.
Yep, everybody goes and gets the ridiculous degree that has nothing to do with what they end up doing in life.
Yeah, because we lie to our kids about that. And I feel like a broken record. I say it all the time, but and people make fun of those plumbers. Oh, that guy's got his, plumber with his ass crack hanging out. Well, that motherfucker might make $100,000 a year. His bills are paid. You know what I
Yep.
mean? He's got a roof over his head. He's going on a 2-week vacation and riding his new boat. You know what I mean? Like people, like kids, to know that you can have a good life in the trades. The trades
Absolutely.
have treated me good, and oh, HVAC rookie. My buddy Scott said, "Slow your old Gil. I have 3 degrees in HVAC. Damn, you got 3 degrees and still don't know shit. What the fuck, rookie? I'm
Dang.
just kidding,
Dang.
buddy. Just kidding. Just kidding. I know you can get degrees in it, but you don't have to. And like, it's funny. I had a conversation talking to one of he's actually our senior tech, Levitt. Smart dude. Guy knows his shit. What we do, I don't want to downplay, but what we do, it's not really that hard to learn. To learn like how systems work and stuff like that. If you really put your mind to it and you want to know how something works, you could probably learn it in 5 years.
No, absolutely.
You just got to keep the effort, the effort, the willpower, like all that kind of stuff's got to be there, and you can really excel in this. I think, especially when it comes to service, probably install too. I'll get your opinion. I think when guys start out, they learn just enough to be dangerous, and then they stop. They learn just enough to get by, and then they stop learning, because, like you said, it's a job,
Yeah, I've seen that. I have seen that. But I see more guys, keep wanting to grow, opposed to see that. And when I do see that, I try to give them more of a push.
Well, it's good that you're doing that, man, because I think actually like what I see on a day-to-day basis is more positive. What I see online, like sometimes, is what, I'm like, man, this kind of stuff really happens. But I think like, people like us and other people, influencers, and, Sal, that's what we are, influencers, is if we keep doing this kind of stuff and people see it, it's just going to let them know that this is the right way to do things, and keep pushing people to do the right thing.
It is. I agree. But then, there's a lot of people that don't agree with it and think, like for example, a lot of my installs, I get a lot of negative comments. I do. And, I've made posts about how, that's not going to stop me from, growing. I understand that, a lot of the people that do make the negative comments are the people that have learned enough to just get by and, can't do those things because they haven't continued to learn. But even those guys right there, the ones in the comments, I push them to do better. They see it, they hate it, but guess what? They're going to try to do it. They're going to try to get an install like that, because the only reason they commented that is because they can't do it.
Yeah.
So it makes them want to do it. So, dude, even, one of my favorite things about, being who I've become on social media is the fact that I can motivate people to do better. And I freaking love that, dude. I absolutely fucking love it.
I agree with you, man. I love it too. What could people possibly say negative about your installs? Like I don't. I believe you, because trust me, I worry about the positive and I let the negative shit slip through the cracks. I don't concentrate on that. I don't feed into that bullshit. But I mean, I guess I understand, because there's always going to be haters. I feel like if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. You know what I mean? Because,
Correct.
But anybody, I can't imagine negative comments that people would make unless they're like, why do you put so much effort into it? Like something like that. And you've already said that because you give a fuck and you're trying to, you're making your masterpiece.
Dude, I do it for me, man. That's it.
Yeah.
I do it for me. And the fact that me just doing stuff and doing my best, like I said, motivates other people to do better, melts my heart, bro. It melts my heart. It's awesome.
Well, it looks awesome, man. You're definitely noticed. Your installs definitely look fucking amazing. Keep fucking setting the bar, bro. Are you guys gonna go to AHR this year?
Absolutely, dude.
Well, I
have
figured
to.
you're gonna be at Tactical Awards.
Dude, after last year, I don't see how I'd ever miss that event, dude. I really don't. The Tactical Awards is so fucking great. Dude, those guys, freaking Ben, Lance, they don't understand, what they did for us. They really don't, because it's never been done before. And, just to feel appreciated, like they gave us, even the guys that weren't there. It's just they did that for us, and it was the fucking greatest thing ever, dude. It really was.
It was amazing. I mean, that was such a really good time, and I know this year is already, well, I guess that's next year, is already going to be huge. Is going to be double probably what it was, but
I think it's almost 300 people, man.
yeah, just imagine 5 years from now, dude. I bet you this is
Dude.
going to be like, exactly, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, this year definitely we'll have to get together and hang out, man. Let me buy you a beer, dinner, or whatever it is.
Absolutely, man.
And,
Sounds good, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we'll stay in touch, dude. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it's Friday night. I don't want you to waste
Thanks
your
for
whole
having
Friday
me, bro.
night. Yeah, talking.
Dude,
to
my
fucking
Friday night, I'm sleeping by 10 o'clock. Sleeping by 10 o'clock. I don't know what the nightlife is like anymore. I don't.
Hey, that's me, man.
Dude, that's not for me, man. I work and I hang with the family, and that's all I need to get by, bro.
I hear you. That's all I am, dude. I had my time doing all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Over and done with. But
That's it.
yeah, guys, go to HVAC Tactical, man, and check out some of the different merchandise. But the hat that Jeff is wearing, there's a hat that's actually Jeff's hat. I ordered one tonight, so it's actually pretty slick because Jeff's logo is pretty badass. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on, buddy. I appreciate you. Keep raising
Dude,
the bar.
thanks for having me, bro.
Of course, man. Anytime you ever want to come on, you're always welcome here, man. Just hit me up.
Awesome, bro.
All right, buddy. Let me go ahead and start closing this out. Guys, I'm going to announce, because I don't want to just announce them. I'm going to do a video of me actually doing the video of me doing the random comment picker. So that way you guys can see the winners. So maybe tomorrow morning, it might be pre-recorded, it might be live, I don't know. But you guys will definitely know who the winner is. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I've done so many podcasts this week. It's been kind of hard to do anything else with work. So thank you guys, man, for 3 shows this week. I want to hurry up and get off, because I know my buddies over at HVAC Overtime should be going live here any minute, and I don't want to coincide with what they're doing. But, yeah, guys, remember, follow the podcast on all the social media sites. I would really appreciate it. If you guys could go to give the podcast a review. If you go search HVAC Uncensored Podcast on Facebook, you can leave a review. That would mean the world to me if you would do that. Only if it's 5 stars, though. No 4 stars, only 5 stars. The more I get those ratings, the more this gets put out. The algorithm sees it and gets it to more people. Let's keep this thing growing as much as possible. The more we grow, the more that happens, the more I can give back to you guys. And, that's the whole reason I do this shit, man. But yes, thank you guys. Be safe out there. Like I always say, we all got somebody to make it home to. Be safe. Do the little things. Set yourself apart from the next guy. Like Jeff was just saying, man, take pride in what you do. All right. There's always a way to get better. There's always something to do to get better. All right. Whew. Yeah. Until next week, man. 3 shows, 3 amazing shows. I want to thank all my guests this week, man. So Mr. Philip St. Jacques, Greg Fox, Jeff, thank all of them. Thank you to my sponsors, for help making me do this, Blue On, Company Cam, Yellow Jacket, and Chirp. And thank you guys for coming here and watching these shows live, man. I really do appreciate you guys. I keep saying that I want to do a hangout so I can just interact with you guys, but I see you commenting. I know I don't always answer everything, but I see you, trust me, and you have no idea how much I appreciate you guys being in there. Rookie, I appreciate you, my man, for moderating these things. I can't thank you enough, buddy. I have nothing but love for you. I really appreciate you, bud. But yeah, hit that thumbs up. I'm going to rock and roll. And you guys have a great weekend. Go check out the Overtime guys. Maybe I'll actually be able to watch one of their shows live tonight. And, yep, enjoy your weekend. I love you, mofos. Have a good one. Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong button.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.